welcome to Automotive Madness. Today, I've bought another car. It seems that I've been buying a lot of cars recently, but this is by far the weirdest one for me to buy. Let's get into this. Like this would normally be the bread and butter of my collection. Something very small, something with a tiny fuel-efficient 4-cylinder engine, European, probably going to be a sports car. You'll only see me driving around in one of these. However, this purchase sitting over here is the polar opposite of this thing. For this vehicle here is a 1965 Chrysler New Yorker 4-door that I paid $800 for. To be honest, this is one of the bigger cars I've had. I don't think it's as big as my Continental that I had, but it's up there. Let's take you on a tour of this thing, show you exactly what this thing is and why I bought it. Why would I buy this car? Simply put, the 65 New Yorker is my favorite Chrysler. It's right between the crazy exterior designs of the early 60s and the moderate, almost Lincoln Continental designs of the late 60s. This is the transition car, and I absolutely love that. And I finally found, I've been looking for one of these for about a year, and I finally found this example, and believe it or not, it's not that bad. I think I'm going to start under the hood of this thing, which is probably one of the more impressive parts. That is a big block Mopar V8, 413 cubic inch, in liters, that is big. Made it to a 3-speed torque flight automatic transmission, so this thing's got loads of torque. It runs and drives, but not very well because there is rust in the subframe, which I will show you in a bit. But it does run and drive. It sounds very nice. We should move on to some of the bodywork on the car now. The car has glass covers over the headlights, which I think were banned a couple years later. Same reason why the Citroën DS only had them in Europe, although I have retrofitted those onto my car. They're very weird to see them on an American car of the 60s. My 65 New Yorker is a 4-door. There are two versions of the 4-door. There's the 4-door hardtop and the 4-door sedan. The 4-door hardtop does not have a post in the middle of the doors, and it does not have the C-pillar window. It's just an open area, but the C-pillar is closed due to needing a bit of extra strength. I prefer this one because I like the C-pillar window. It gets a bit of extra visibility. And going on visibility, one of Chrysler's features was that you could see all 4 corners of the car from the driver's seat. So there we go. We got 1 corner. We got 2 corners. You look in the back, there's your 3rd corner. And there's your 4th corner, so yes, they were absolutely correct. This thing has fantastic visibility. The back of the car is one of my favorite features, because as you can see, the rows of taillights on the back are clear. I originally thought they were faded out, but apparently they're meant to be like that, because there are red sockets that the bulbs go into, as opposed to the lenses themselves being red. I believe on the 300 and the Newport, those are painted red. However, on the New Yorker, they're clear because it's a sign of luxury, I would assume, having this entire rear panel be one single color. Sign of luxury because you are, simply put, you are one step below Imperial we're talking about here. This is a high roller, this car. Also noting on the back, we have very dated stickers. When was the last time that was called Power 1037? I think it's just called 1037 NNJ now. You have the 3 crowns of Newport, and right in the center, you have your gas cap. Same with a lot of 60s Chrysler products. The dashboard of the car is very stylish. It has this fake wood. If you can see that, there is fake wood in here. It's a vinyl sticker, and that sticker has held up very well over the past 50 years. The door handles are very nice. They're like this, I'd say jet fighter style. You pull them, get that door open. And remember, Jet Fighter wouldn't be too far off because in 1965 they were still test running the Chrysler Turbine car, so they had to be proud of that. power windows, which are very strange for me to have. I rarely have cars with power windows. The steering wheel is a clear color, although it may just be washed out, but I doubt it, seeing how the taillights are also clear. And talking about the steering wheel, it has power steering, same as power brakes to go with the power windows as well. Down in the middle here, you have this massive section with 2 ashtrays, a storage container, and 1 cigarette lighter. Another very strange thing about the car are these toggle switches to move the vents around. I have never seen that before. Also, being a New Yorker, it does have a padded dash as opposed to a straight metal dash you would find on a Plymouth or something like that. The back seats of the car are just as comfortable as the front, and you do have an ashtray in the back, in case you were wondering. Of course you needed an ashtray in the back. This was the 60s, of course. The C-pillar window really comes in handy when sitting back here. It just gives you a bit more light, so you don't feel claustrophobic. Although you're not going to feel claustrophobic in this car. It's huge, and I've just noticed these, too, handles on the back seat. I don't know why. Maybe it's as opposed to the handles that would be up here that are in place of this coat hook, but there are handles on the back seat. Let's talk about the rust in the car. As you may have seen in the back, the rear quarters are completely gone, as well as the trunk floor. That is also gone. That's not really my issue with the rust, though. My issue is the cross member where the torsion bars and the transmission connect. On the driver's side, it is completely ripped off. It's just ripped off the frame completely. Yet, we still have suspension. It should theoretically be collapsed, but it isn't. Why is it not collapsed? The passenger side is holding everything together, other than the strap that I have holding everything together underneath as a safety. It's an easy fix, believe it or not, and I'm going to fix it. Eventually, I have to deal with this Fiat first and finish my Citroën DS and another Citroën DS that may be showing up eventually. But after that stuff is done, we're working with this, and this should be a relatively easy fix. Other than that stuff, I am going to keep it exactly as it is. So that's where we are with the 65 Chrysler. Something I would not normally buy, but here it is, and this thing is going to drain my bank account just in fuel cost alone. Thanks for watching.